Good morning, everyone. Nowadays, we are discussing Charles Dickens, his styles, character writing, and we will discuss his biography in the next lecture. Today, we are going to study Dickens's episodic writing. Means all the works that he wrote were not in a bunch; they were written in episodic forms and were supplied to some particular magazine, and later they were collected in a book format. They were printed in a book format. But before that, all these works were in episodic form. So let us begin. A pioneer of serial publication of narrative fiction, Dickens wrote most of his major novels in monthly or weekly installments in journals such as Master Humphrey's Clock and Household Words. Later, these episodes were reprinted in book form. The installments made the stories affordable and accessible to all, with the audience more evenly distributed across income levels than previous. His installment format inspired a narrative that he would explore and develop throughout his career, and the regular cliffhangers made each new episode widely anticipated. Means people used to wait for their next episode. Means once they received an episode, they used to wait for the next episode with their breaths held. When the old curiosity shop was being serialized, American fans waited at the docks in New York harbor, shouting out to the crew of an incoming British ship, and they used to ask, "Is Little Nell dead?" That was the question they used to ask. Means they were curious about the new and the next installments of the works of Dickens. Dickens was able to incorporate this episodic writing style but still end up with a coherent novel at the end. Means to say, he used to write serially in episode forms, but at last, all his books, all his episodes, novels ultimately collected in a book form. He wrote, "The thing has to be planned for presentation in these fragments, and yet for afterwards fusing together as an uninterrupted whole." Another important impact of Dickens's episodic writing styles resulted from his exposure to the opinions of his readers and friends. Means it can be said that he was in habit of writing his works in serial form so that he may receive the feedback of his audience and the readers, that how and what effect it causes on them. Dickens's friend Forster had a significant hand in reviewing his drafts, an influence that went beyond matters of punctuation. He toned down melodramatic and sensationalist exaggerations, cut long passages such as the episode of Quilp's drowning in the old curiosity shop, and made suggestions about his character. It was he who suggested that Charlie Bates should be redeemed in Oliver Twist. Dickens had not thought of killing Little Nell, and it was Forster who advised him to entertain this possibility as necessary to his conception of the heroine. At the helm in popularizing cliffhangers and serial publications in Victorian literature, Dickens's influence can also be seen in television soap operas and film series, with The Guardian stating that the DNA of Dickens's busy episodic storytelling delivered in installments and rife with cliffhangers and diversion irrepressible in everything. It was the statement of the newspaper The Guardian. His serialization of his novels also drew comments from other writers. In Scottish author Robert Louis Stevenson's R.L. Stevenson's novel The Wrecker, Captain Nares, investigating an abandoned ship, remarked, "See, they were writing up the log," said Nares, pointing to the ink bottle cartnapping as usual. "I wonder if their ever was a captain yet that lost a ship with his logbook up to date? He generally has about a month to fill up on a clean break, like Charles Dickens and his serial novels. So, friends, that is all about Dickens's episodic writing. We will meet in the next lecture.